Chili? The tea is boiling today. It looks like Bryshere Gray and August Alsina might have been keeping a secret that's finally come to light. And y'all, Allie Carter just put everybody on blast. From Will and Jada Smith to Diddy and even Bryshere's own mama. Now, if you thought the entanglement drama was messy before, baby, this might be the sequel nobody saw coming. So grab your snacks, because we're diving deep into this Hollywood web of mentorships, manipulation, and so-called freakoffs that allegedly changed these men's lives forever. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment if you love this kind of content. All right, let's dive in.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house fucking screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bryshere Gray. Left that house fucking screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick, he needed help.
So according to Allie Carter, Bryshere Yaz Gray, yes, Hakeem from Empire, was secretly involved in a romantic relationship with none other than August Alsina. Yep, that August, the same man who shook the internet when he admitted to his infamous entanglement with Jada Pinkett Smith back in 2020. Allie claims that while everyone was focused on August and Jada's affair, there was another relationship happening behind the scenes, this time between August and Bryshere. And according to her, their bond started after both men allegedly got caught up in Will and Jada's inner circle, a place some folks online now call the Hollywood freak-off factory. She says both of them were being used as entertainment under the guise of mentorship, and that what happened behind those closed doors flipped their entire lives upside down. Now let's rewind for a second, because Bryshere Gray's story didn't start messy. He was just 17 when he broke into the spotlight as the breakout star of Empire. Young, talented, and charismatic, everyone thought he was next up in Hollywood. But according to multiple insiders, including the always controversial Jaguar Wright, things took a dark turn when his then manager, Charlie Mack, allegedly introduced him to Will and Diddy for what was supposed to be a mentorship program. Jaguar claims that instead of career guidance, Bryshere ended up in what she calls days-long freak-offs inside those celebrity homes. She even said young men would leave screaming, except for one August Alsina. After that mentorship, Bryshere was never the same. His promising career faded fast, replaced by headlines about drugs, violence, and mental health struggles. By 2020, he was arrested after a domestic violence incident that ended with SWAT officers outside his Arizona home. 2 years later, he faced more legal trouble for assault. Many people started asking, what really happened to this young star?
We're following breaking news in the arrest of Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
Now this is where Jaguar Wright's name pops up again, because she's been spilling tea like a busted kettle. She alleges that Bryshere's mother, Andrea Mayberry, knew exactly what was happening, and that she willingly let Charlie Mack hand her son over to Will Smith.
And when I say Andy, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style, bitch. Fuck you. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. Fuck you! You fucking CI bitch!
Jaguar even says Andrea came to her years later, crying and asking for help to get her son away from that Hollywood crowd. But by then, the damage was done. Jaguar didn't hold back. She accused Andrea of selling her son's innocence for fame, calling her a clout-chasing Philly hustler who used her own child's pain for a book deal. And according to Jaguar, there's proof of what happened, even hinting at a possible tape involving Will, Diddy, and their so-called mentorship sessions. Now, of course, none of these claims have been confirmed, but you can't deny that Bryshere's downward spiral lines up with the timeline Jaguar described.
That bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the fuck away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from drug dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay porn. You and Charlie Mack.
Yeah, let me ask you. Today the U.S. Attorney.
That
They. So. Yeah, no, we gonna pray for Mr. Gray, man. If he needs prayer, I don't even know what's going on.
They trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and they fucking and she let Charlie tune that boy up on coke, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
Meanwhile, August Alsina's story runs eerily parallel. He too entered Will and Jada's circle young, broken, vulnerable, and just looking for guidance. That mentorship quickly turned intimate. In 2020, August publicly revealed that he and Jada had a years-long affair, one that Will allegedly gave his blessing for. When the news dropped, the internet went insane. Jada called it an entanglement. Will looked like he'd seen a ghost on Red Table Talk, and August said the situation almost killed him emotionally.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. Being intertwined in that way, walking away from it, butchered me. Like I'm shaking right now because it almost killed me. Not almost, it did. It pushed me into being another person, my newer self.
But what folks didn't know, according to Allie Carter, is that Bryshere was the one who convinced August to go public. And that's because the two were already closer than anyone realized. She claims Bryshere and August's connection was more than friendship, that their bond deepened during the same period they were both entangled in Will and Jada's orbit. After cutting ties with the Smiths, both men reportedly experienced major shifts in their personal lives. August began publicly dating a man, confirming in 2022 that he had found love again, but this time with someone unexpected. And Bryshere? He's now on OnlyFans, allegedly making content with trans and male partners. Fans noticed the pattern. Both men experimented with their sexuality after their time with Will and Jada. Now, let's be clear. Sexuality is personal, and it's no one's business. But what's raising eyebrows is the repeated pattern of young artists entering the Smith-Diddy circle one way and leaving completely changed. People are now asking, is this coincidence? Or is something deeper going on behind the scenes? Once Allie Carter dropped her claims, Black Twitter erupted. One user wrote, "So sad how parents sell their children for fame and money. They destroy their own kids to get ahead." Another said, "Bry needs to sue Will Smith, Diddy, and even his mother for what they did to him." Others, though, are more skeptical, calling Allie's story a reach, pointing out that she's made extreme claims before. But regardless of where people stand, the video reignited conversations about Hollywood exploitation, trauma, and how fame can ruin young black artists who enter the industry without protection. And let's be real, this isn't the first time these names have been linked to strange stories. But it might be one of the few times someone connected all the dots so boldly. At the end of the day, none of us know what really happened behind those mansion doors. But what's clear is that both Bryshere Gray and August Alsina came out of Hollywood's inner circle bruised, confused, and changed forever. Whether Allie Carter's tea is piping hot truth or just internet smoke, one thing's for sure, the patterns are too similar to ignore. Maybe this isn't about who's gay or straight. Maybe it's about power, control, and the dark price of fame. Because in Hollywood, mentorship can mean a lot of things, and not all of them are innocent. So what do you think, Spotlight Rush family? Do you believe Allie Carter's claims about Bryshere and August? Was this just friendship, or is there really a deeper, darker truth behind the freak-off rumors surrounding Will, Jada, and Diddy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I've got another messy, deep dive coming your way soon. This is Spotlight Rush, where the light always finds the truth, even in the dark corners of Hollywood. Stay tuned and stay sharp.